As we're watching Jason swim, what we're going to look at to start with is his body position, particularly his leg position. You can see how low his legs are in the water. It's almost like his body's on the surface and then there's a bend at the hips. We really need to work on his leg action and using the full length of his legs and kicking from the hip with a slight flexion in the knee. By doing that, and it's not really a head position issue or a body position issue, it's just a leg action issue. We really need to work on that, because that's then going to help him. Instead of having to pull himself through the water, he's almost clawing his way through treacle, it looks like there, just because his feet are, his legs are not working quite as well as they should be and as efficiently as they should be. And in many ways in triathlon swimming, we don't look at legs too much. What we tend to focus on is the upper end. So by giving Jason a pool buoy, and if you think about it, Jason swims very, very well open water because the wetsuit will lift his legs up. But by giving him a pool buoy, you can see that his feet are just cracking the surface, and immediately his body position is okay, and it sort of helps that. So we're going to suggest to Jason that he continues to use that pool buoy for a while. We're looking at his hand position, and we're really focusing on, instead of getting our hand entry in thumb first, we really start to focus on sort of getting the fingers in first, and think about that smiley face on the palm of his hand. Because if you put your thumb in first, the first thing you're going to do is drop your elbow. And one of the drills we can use to help correct that is long arm doggy paddle. And Jason's doing this one with a float. And the idea of long arm doggy paddle is that we can really stretch forward, really try and use those hips to try and get a bit extra rotation in the front of the stroke and save the shoulders, because at the moment Jason's very, very flat in the water, and without using your hips you put all the rotation in your body through your shoulders, and that's putting a lot of strain on your shoulders. And if you just lie on the floor flat with your chest on the floor and then try and lift your elbow off the ground, you can probably only get it 6 to 8 inches. If you lie on your side on the floor, you can get it clean off the floor all the way up as far as it'll stretch. The next drill we're looking at is skull number 2, and this one we're really focusing on keeping those elbows forward and keeping the palms facing behind us, and Jason's doing this one with a very slight leg kick. To finish this, we're looking at really trying to focus on little finger in first for Jason, and I don't really want him to put his little finger in first. I just want him to put his finger in first, so it feels like he's put his little finger in first, and that will actually straighten his hand out, because at the moment, particularly on his right hand, he's really going in thumb first. His left hand, he's actually thinking about it a huge amount. He can think about that smiley face. We also need to keep the elbow high throughout the push phase of the stroke, and you can see how much more rotation he's getting from his hips. So a few things for Jason to think about.